you want to start us off?
How should we start off? Let's start off with this Ray J story because I know you're gonna have a hoot at this headline. Did you hear about it?
No.
Oh boy. Okay. So Ray J from the Grape Juice, it says men should only wear dark underwear so people won't see their doo-doo streaks. Quote from Ray J: avoid white underwear at all costs. Like, what was the reason? How did we even get on that topic? And clearly he don't wipe.
That was my thing. Why let the world know you don't wipe?
Lord.
That's honky stuff right there.
Like, he said, I'm trying to figure out where in this article, like, how did they even get on that topic? Men should refrain because if one wears white drawers or white briefs, the person who's washing your clothes definitely can see the doo-doo streaks coming out.
Why are there streaks?
He said,
You are in your 40s. Do you need to depend?
He said, first off, yes, clean your ass, period. Wet wipes is a must. But my point is, black underwear is the safest bet. If
No, brown shows up on black.
It does. I mean,
like that's a streak you cannot hide. No matter what color draw you have, people are no. Why aren't you embarrassed? Like, how do you pull that back up and over your genital? What is wrong with you?
Shitty draws is shitty draws is shitty draws. No matter what color it is, black, brown, blue, yellow, white, you're gonna see it. Oh my God. Why would he even say that? I'm trying to just figure out. I don't know. I just wanted your opinion on that because that was just it must have been a slow week to ask Ray J about underwear. Like, he needs to stick to those ear pods and not talk about anything regarding underwear
or marriage.
That's true.
Because him and Princess have been playing with that marriage for a plot line for the past 5 years. Every 10 minutes, they're filing for divorce. They're filing for divorce. They're either moving or filing for divorce.
That sounds like Erica Mena and Safari. Are they separated? Are they back together?
Well, now they're getting back together on Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, just so that I'm sure they're going to break up by the end of the season, so that way they can get back on.
I guess. I mean, like I said, plot lines.
Sadly, what is not a plot line, and what we'll probably have to start the show with, because we can't start the show with shitty draws, Jason Momoa and Denise Huxtable are getting a divorce. And it's sad news, but I'm already in California. So as soon as we wrap up here, I've got to get down to Los Angeles because Jason needs a shoulder to cry on. And I'm going to be that shoulder and everything the hell else.
I know a lot of women are happy, and some men, about this. I mean, here's
the thing, they can have all the emotions that they want. I'm the one that's going to do something about
it. But I did not see that coming. They seem like, a real low-key couple. And I think she was with him before he blew up, right?
Yep.
I will say, like, he's a completely different person now, probably, when she met him. So, like, he's like a movie star now.
Yep.
Maybe that's what it was. But, like, to put it into perspective, they've been dating since 2005. So it's been at least 16 years. So I can get it. Like, people grow apart.
And now it's my turn.
It's my turn. Like, a lot of people were shocked. Like, oh my God, 2022 is starting. I'm like, they've been together for 16 years. Like, how many people have been together that long? Like Will Smith and Steph Curry and his wife, Aisha Curry. They've been together for a long time. I mean, things don't last forever, So it is what it is. You'll get your shot, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, he's fine, but he okay.
Great. Keep that. Great. Wonderful. Keep that. Great. Fabulous. I love it. I'll worry about him. You worry about whoever.
I'm trying to think. I still think The Rock looks better.
I could care less.
Like, out of the three, Jason Momoa, Vin Diesel, The Rock.
Jason Momoa. Vin Diesel is an absolute butthead. The Rock doesn't seem like that nice of a person either. Jason Momoa, he seems as nice as he looks.
I mean, maybe look at him again. He just gives that like.
No, don't, because there's no point in it. That's mine. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
He looks like a pirate.
You know what I like.
Well, moving on. I know you talked about it on the Allegedly show, but I just wanted to weigh in on this whole Drake situation. Because I was like,
hot sauce in that bag swag.
Yeah, definitely. Hot sauce in that vag swag. Lord, like the hoes is getting desperate these days, huh? Like, I didn't know like girls actually do that. Like, I heard of poking holes in the condom, but actually like going back in the trash can, like, wow.
You haven't heard that? Men who summer in the Hamptons will literally get vasectomies so that won't happen. I remember reading an article about this like back in the aughts, where this guy that was, well-to-do discovered this lady of the evening in the trash to put it up in there to get a payday baby.
Wow. So yeah, this Instagram model, if y'all didn't know, that's suing Drake because they had consensual sex, but then after Drake was finished, she went to the bathroom, threw the condom away. But what she didn't know was, he put hot sauce in it. So I guess when Drake left, she went to the bathroom after him and tried, get a bag. And she tried to empty that stuff out in her vajayjay, and she was like hitting Mariah Carey notes because she said it felt like lava was in her pussy. No pun intended, but did she have it coming? Did she have it coming? Like, because she's trying to like sue him or whatever, but I'm like,
Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Dickens.
Well,
he'll be here all week.
Did she have it coming? Because she definitely didn't see it coming. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I mean,
I would say the story is unplausible. One, because maybe if it was dark, you wouldn't have seen, but ain't no way you gonna be like, oh, wait, hold on, what color is that? There would be follow-up questions.
I mean, she was desperate if she already saw the color of it, and she still did it.
I'm thinking it must have been dark.
Yeah, the condoms I use, they're clear. So are there black condoms?
There are. Look, they've got all the colors of the rainbow.
Hey, not that many people use condom these days, so you know what it is, what it is. That's another story for Chris's business on the Patreon. Ninjas do not like condoms these days. Lord.
They've kept me alive since '85.
I'm on Drake's side with this. Like, girl, you tried to get yourself a bag, and I mean, look, I'm glad she's okay. Because imagine just putting hot sauce in your vajayjay, Lord, or just in your private area. Period. Ooh, the burn. And then Drake kind of sent like a subtle Instagram message saying, "Enjoy your 15 minutes. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the 23 hours and 45 minutes." I'm like, okay. Well, we know it's true and it happened.
Only a sissy would be that petty. Only a bitchy, bitter bottom would have the foresight to pull a stunt like that, because that requires pre-planning. You don't just accidentally have hot sauce in your bag in the bathroom where you're staying. No, you planned that, sir. You planned that. And all I have to say is 2 snaps and a let it burn.
That's liquid gold these days. Like, sperm from, the rappers, the ballers.
I feel like that's happened to Future a few times.
Yeah.
Some of these men are like, I wore a condom. Yeah, you did, but where did you put it?
I wonder how she unloaded that to the doctor.
They've heard it all.
They probably have.
She'll probably say, oh, I accidentally sat in some hot sauce while I didn't have clothes on. That's what she'll say.
But speaking of loads, Lamar Odom calls Tristan corny for what he did, because Tristan, he's unloading in everybody.
And also, it's $40,000 a month for this baby. $40,000 a month.
She is laughing all the way to the bank. And, Drake is like, not today. Not today.
Well, he already got once.
Yeah, he did. But at least he learned from his mistakes. Tristan, I don't know what to say about him.
Tristan, Future, and Nick Cannon are what I call Johnny Appleseeds. They just roam the world, spreading the seed.
Well, Nick Cannon is doing it on purpose. You don't hear any complaints out of his baby mamas.
Except for the occasional Mariah eye roll.
Yes.
Mariah's definitely like, I had to be the first on this train, didn't I?
What was she thinking? I was so confused when I saw that happen. I was like, she did this because she wanted kids. She did. And, I'm sure you saw the pictures of Nick Cannon's member. And I'm like, okay, well, she probably saw that and was like, well, if I had to do it, I guess.
This looks like a nice place to sit.
Right. I'll take two. And she did. But yeah, back to the original story. So Lamar Odom was followed by the paparazzi yet again for some strange reason. And they asked him about Khloe Kardashian. Like, how does that feel like when people are just, they care about you only when it's about someone else?
Oh, thank God I'm an only child. I have no idea what that feels like.
They asked him about it. And he said, Tristan is corny for what he did to Khloe. And I'm just like, is that the pot calling the kettle black right now?
You became a drug addict on Khloe and couldn't even give her a baby. And you going to talk about Tristan? Shut all the ups.
And he's obsessed with her, it seems like. Just obsessed with Khloe Kardashian.
You left Taraji P. Henson to get with Khloe Kardashian, and she's given you her ass to kiss. She's moved on to another second string basketball player.
I wish I could say I felt sorry for Khloe, but she thinks she's different. She got a body like a Black woman, and she just thought that she was going to be treated differently than how these Black men treat Black women. And, she found out that she got treated just the same, if not worse. She was expected to be put on a pedestal, but, she learned, her lesson.
I would feel sorry for her, but who's her? Like, which body is real? Where is the actual soul? I can't feel sorry for a plastic shell.
So moving on, Nicki Minaj, her case was dismissed by the accuser, but the accuser is still suing her husband, Kenneth Petty, but Nicki is, she's scot-free now. Like, she's not on a lawsuit anymore, which is a victory for her. But then her attorney is thinking about filing suit against the accuser because Nicki already spent like $300,000 in legal fees. So
Nicki can file a suit against the accuser all she wants. You can't get blood out of a turnip.
I agree.
And I feel like that was a smart legal strategy. You can focus all of your resources on the offender. Get his ass. Nicki will be collateral damage, as she should be.
Right, because she's still paying his court fees and shit like that. Do we really think that Kenneth Petty is like paying for lawyers right now? No.
With what money?
Right. I think she just wanted an obedient man to do whatever she says.
And now she's got more than she bargained for. But she still doesn't have a second #1 or a Grammy.
Yeah, speaking of the Grammys, they postponed and they're just canceled indefinitely. We might see it in April, but I'm just like, just do like the Golden Globes and just read it off for us. Just spare us.
We don't care anymore.
The only thing that came out of the Golden Globes, congratulations to
MJ Rodriguez.
Yeah, it just sucks that the one time it's not televised. It's like, oh, we have our first trans, well, our first trans winner, period, in that category.
She acted her ass off in that third season. It was well deserved.
She did. Like, kudos to her. And I hope, like, all the trans girls on that show continue to work in Hollywood.
For real, for real. I'm glad that Candy has found a home in the American Horror Story franchise, no matter how much Ryan Murphy wants to mess it up.
Well, she'll be in the Ryan Murphy universe at least. I'm not sure what he cooking up now, but I'm sure it's another terrible American Horror Story.
Oh, it's like, I just want to go and it's like, honey, you've turned Tyler Perry. Just stop. Leave it to me. I can do a scary story. Like, I got what, 10 episodes? Okay, we're going to up it to 15.
He's not getting me anymore. Like, you stopped. I'm glad that you did, but now I learned my lesson.
American Horror Story hasn't been good since Roanoke.
They kind of fooled us with Apocalypse because I thought Apocalypse was good until they completely fucked it up.
There were Apocalypse was the sandwich that you only eat the middle out of. The bread was terrible. The beginning was terrible. The end was terrible. But the middle, it was so juicy and so perfectly well done. It was like, yes, we need Coven Part 2. But I mean, that is white privilege. Being able to have something that good and just fuck it up.
Right. Exactly. That's a good point, because I remember in the beginning, people was like, where are the witches? Where are the witches? Like, why are we still in this house with these people we don't give a fuck about? They all died in the beginning anyway, didn't they? Mm-hmm. So what was the point of just wasting our fucking time? So then once the witches appeared, then it started moving in motion. And then, it just all fell to pieces. But anyway, you saw how we got from Nicki Minaj to American Horror Story?
Yes, because Nicki Minaj is an American Horror Story, at least that plastic surgery.
Good point. But let's talk about Portia showing her entire ass this past Sunday. I have my hands up to this situation. I try to defend Portia sometimes, but in this particular instance, she was wrong on all accords. I think this show was a really bad idea. I think she would have done better just being on Housewives of Atlanta.
It really showed the rougher side of Sears.
I was disappointed because I thought she was on this.
Jab. I mean, when she picked up the stand and went,
yeah, exactly.
I was like, this is what they would always cut on Love and Hip Hop. She was giving me early Rosaline.
Like the boom mic, the fucking boom mic. She tried to throw it in Dennis's direction. And then he's like, where's mama at? I am just so disappointed. As you know, a lot of people can't stand Portia. So now it's like, see? And Kenya Moore is just laughing.
I mean, Kenya Moore can laugh, but who hears her in her house by herself?
Yeah, someone said two things can be true. Like Portia, you can be disappointed with Portia, but Kenya Moore, I mean, she's still an asshole.
And alone.
She has her baby.
Oh, yeah. How wonderful. Congratulations. I'm sure that's going to fulfill her. Ooh, I feel sorry for that kid.
Anyway, that was a melee that happened in the first 30 seconds. I saw your review. You were very titillated by it.
It took me back to when reality shows really showed, the brawls and when the knots on foreheads, like when Drea and Jackie Christie got into it, and when Drea and Sunday Carter, when Sunday Carter got that black eye.
Erica Mena and
Kim Bella. Yes.
I forgot all about that fight.
Ooh,
they were on the same.
Chrissy Lampkin and Kim Bella, when Chrissy was stomping that girl, that's what I miss, the real brawls of reality.
like speaking of that, like Love and Hip Hop reunion, I forgot they were on the same trip, and I think they acknowledged it, but like I turned the channel before like the commercial when they were like talking about it. Did you see it?
Yeah, Erica briefly apologized to Kim Bella for whooping her ass all those years ago.
I don't think she whipped her ass. I think it was like it was an even fight. You
Kim
remember
Bella
it?
Kim Bella spent the majority of that fight on the ground.
They were both on the ground. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, they were both tussling on the ground. Now, Chrissy, she won that fight.
Chrissy won, and I feel like Erica won that fight too.
Wow. What were we talking about? Oh, Portia showing her ass. Yeah, like what I really didn't like, which like more than the fight and coming after somebody mama, was trying to control the narrative by texting everybody not to talk about it on the cameras, in front of the cameras.
And I love that they showed Portia for who she was. And they said, oh, you don't think we're going to talk about it? You don't think we're going to break the fourth wall? We'll break the fourth wall. We'll break it.
And I don't think she thought they were going to show that part where the producer came out and was like, so y'all just not going to talk about this?
And also, I'm sorry, I have to shout him out. He was cute.
Oh, the producer?
I was like, look, I was looking at him, I was like, why do I like you? But the fact that they put that in, they were like, oh no, you're not going to ruin footage. You're not going to just not talk about it so that way, oh, it doesn't make sense for us to put it in. You're not going to control us like that. You've signed a contract, and according to page 8, paragraph 6, line 4, one may not engage in actions that will either quote unquote ruin or make other footage absolutely unusable because they will not engage in conversations hearkening back to said footage or words to that effect.
I was wondering, was Portia like, does she have an executive producer credit? And I heard she does. It's like a, what do you call it? Where it don't really mean
vanity.
Anything. A vanity title, yeah. Because you saw how quickly they changed, like they got her to change her mind. She was like, oh, well, Portia decided to talk about it the next day. I think production sat down with her and was like, listen, if you're not going to talk about this, we're not going to move forward with the show.
I think they called her and said, you're in breach. I think they used the B word, breach. You are in breach of contract. You decided to spread your cheeks. Now we're going to have to watch you, white girl. End of story. Don't think you just get to clap them clothes and put your pants on. No, honey. Wipe it down. Wipe it down. Wipe it down. Wipe it down.
That is a hell of an analogy. Oh my God. But yeah, thankfully the season finale is next week. I mean, people love hearing me talk about it, so I don't know. Like, I'm kind of sad to see it go because they have 2 videos hit the 10K mark for Portia. Like, I'm just as surprised.
I mean, the show has just been an absolute train wreck.
It has.
And Simon, I mean, they said they bought a house together or whatever. Simon, I couldn't understand why you would marry her at this point. This woman clearly does not care about you. This has been all about Dennis. All about, and Dennis knows it, and he's just doing his, he's doing his freaking dance down the runway in the spotlight.
What I thought was interesting was, I think Dennis is actually protecting Portia because you saw when him and his mom was talking, like he gave his like version of what happened, but he didn't go any further than, you know, Portia trying to lunge at his mom.
Because he still loves her too.
I can see that.
They still love each other. They need to go on and get back together. Portia, this is the man that you love. You got to accept him for who he is. Let him cheat in peace. You want to cheat in peace too. And I'm sorry, girl, you got it in you. You got it in you. You want to cheat in peace, let him cheat in peace. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
So any new TV shows you watching right now?
Well, I've started Married at First Sight. Okay. I've compared Selling Tampa to Ladies Who List.
I saw the first episode of Ladies Who List. They sold a house in the first 10 minutes.
To YouTubers. To YouTubers.
Look at that.
I was like, all right, come through. Yes, I'm gonna get that $500,000 house in Georgia, but not Fulton County. I'll go out to Savannah.
But yeah, what else shows you watching?
Oh God. Can we talk about how disappointing and Just Like That's been? And just like that, I stopped giving a fuck.
I'm holding out hope. I enjoyed this last episode today, though. It was a good episode today.
Okay, yeah, it just came out. Because I have to say, and just like that, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I don't live in New York anymore. If these people are running around, no. Untalented comedians? I don't think so.
What did you not like about the last episode that made you not give a fuck?
How they're shoehorning minorities in, how Carrie's life is all woe is me, how Charlotte is completely disattached from the world. Where the fuck is Steve? Miranda, you married Steve. If you wanted to be a lesbian, you should have chosen that 20 years ago and let him be happy with me. Instead, you fucked over his life. That's why he can't hear, because you've been yelling at him for years.
Oh, just wait. You'll be happy for the next episode. And the one afterward, because you'll see Steve. He's
good.
back. I will say though, it's just weird because you saw how Miranda reacted in the movie when Steve cheated. So
oh my God, it was the end of the world.
You broke us. Like,
and there was no us to break. You were miserable the whole time. Why did you even fight for it?
Right. I'm a little disappointed in Miranda, but I'm still watching. Last episode wasn't my favorite. And I know what you're talking about with the shoehorn minorities. The thing is, like, they're giving us a completely separate story from a minor character.
Exactly. It's like all of a sudden, it would be like somebody else putting like their video in the middle of this show.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. So I was like, I feel like I'm watching a different show. Like, if it doesn't involve Miranda, then why are we talking about this? You know, like, you're not with the four ladies, you know? So that's what I thought. I thought that we were going to have an additional character with the ladies, which you will see in this episode. You'll see what I'm talking about. But if we're seeing side stories of minor characters, I mean, I don't know. It's like a whole story, not like a little, like, for one episode. It's going through like the whole season.
I see why Samantha said, look, this ain't gonna work. Samantha is right now just like, I tried to tell you, you didn't want to listen. I tried to tell you it was over. Do you get it now? Did you really want me to go in and ruin my career beating this dead horse? Is this what I have to go out on? She said, I played that role to over the finish line. Now I understand. Girl, you did, because that second movie was shit, to be honest.
I'm still entertained though. And the thing is, Carrie has a right to be woe is me. Like, you never get over grief, especially like with her husband too. So
I'm sorry, if Pete had died and left me that kind of money, I'd be a little bit more chipper.
I get, but again, give this next episode a chance. It's much better. And they do like,
I should have gotten life insurance on his ass. What was I thinking? I knew he was gonna drop. I at least could have gotten paid for my pain.
Well, I have hope for the show. It was a really good episode today, so I hope there's a second season. I want to see more of these characters. I'm fine. I know. But
I only want to see Carrie come back if she gets that surgery where she takes it back to Hocus Pocus 1. I'm sick of her looking like an old wrinkled foot.
Moving on, I want to tell you a show that I just got on. And it has a lot of buzz on social media, and you should definitely check it out. It's called Abbott Elementary. Please watch it. It is so good. Cheryl Lee Ralph is in it. Cheryl Lee singing does not put food on the table, Ralph. And she's playing the exact same character, but a teacher. Give it, the episodes are like 25 minutes. It's on Hulu. Give it a watch. You will not be disappointed.
Wait, what's it called? Wait, hold on. What's it called?
It's called Abbott Elementary.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
It's on Hulu. It's so
Abbott?
Yeah, ABBOTT.
Okay.
And it also stars,
my God, Cheryl Lee Ralph hasn't aged.
It also stars Everybody Hates Chris, the lead guy, and then the main star is the black girl who Remember we first saw her.
Quanta. She's a New York comedian. Well, was a New York comedian. Then she worked for BuzzFeed for a while. She's got like a lot of memes, and then she went into acting. Okay, yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
You know, I used to do open mics with Sasha Zamita and Michelle Wolf. Yeah, we used to like kick it back in the day. Like we all came, we were like that class. We all came up around the same time.
Okay. But yeah, I'm on episode.
They're the only two in that class that I feel are doing better than me.
Yeah, they're on episode 3 right now. So every episode I was like, I really enjoyed that. Like, I'm telling you, give it a shot. It's like such an easy watch.
I will check them out.
Oh, I thought you would enjoy this story because it is wild. A woman gives up her baby and sues her donor for $2.8 million after alleging he lied about the ethnicity, the educational background, as well as the relationship status. So this happened to this woman in Japan. And, you know, she had a husband. She was having problems having a baby. So she got with somebody to inseminate her. And I think they actually had sex. The donor was in his 20s.
Wait, stop right there. You gonna believe a man in his 20s? Case dismissed. You're stupid. You believed, you got enough sense and enough money to decide you want to have a baby in expensive ass Japan. So you already probably 40 something and you believed a man in his 20s, case dismissed. You're stupid.
She was 30 something.
Stupid. You're stupid. You're 30 something and a woman, you've had a vagina for 30 something years and you gonna believe a man in his 20s?
Well,
and pussy's involved? You're stupid. I'm sorry. No, you've had a pussy too long to fall for some shit like that. I'm sorry. Mm-mm.
Well, wait, let me finish. The man said he was from Japan. He said he graduated from one of the top universities.
You're believing a 20-year-old who's trying to have sex with you. I'm sorry. No, there's no. If you didn't cross-reference, you're the idiot.
So he also claimed that he was single. So what had happened was
they all.
So then they conceived or whatever, and she found out that the true ethnicity was Chinese. He was married and did not graduate from the accredited university. But unfortunately, by the time she found this out, it was too late for her to have a bobo. So she had the baby, and now she decided to give it up, where it is now in a child care facility. Right. And now she wants to sue the donor for $2.8 million. Now, I'm thinking, I thought of you because you be dragging Sherry Shepherd for trying to give a baby back. This woman successfully gave the baby back.
No, she gave the baby up. And that's horrible.
It is.
I can understand being upset with the man for lying to you, but to take it out on the child, you know what? God's going to put that child where that child needs to be. You do not deserve to be a mother.
I can't believe she actually just like, nope, I don't want it. Like a returning a bag or something.
Then you really didn't want a child. You wanted a pedigree poodle. You can go to a store and buy one of those.
I think that will work out different in America.
You know, this is one of those moments where I really, I'm like, you know what? When I die, I want to be a civil servant on the other side. I want to be one of those people that checks you. Oh, well, hello. Trying to give babies back. Oh, no, you're going to stand right there until I'm finished with you. And you know I can go on and on.
Oh, I know. I know. But you know what's not going on? The Pussycat Dolls reunion, because Nicole Scherzinger canceled it. And Robin Antin, the original creator, is trying to sue her, and now Nicole has finally responded. So she filed a response on Tuesday, Nicole, and she said that Robin failed to state facts sufficient to constitute a cause of action and denying she breached their 2019 contract for the tour by asking to renegotiate its term. So because of COVID, the original thing was canceled. So when they came back to her, once they can tour again, she wanted to renegotiate everything and she wanted more control. And then Robin was like, well, no, we still gonna go with the original contract. And then Nicole was like, not on my watch.
Nicole, your career hasn't been on your watch. So I don't, you want more control over what? You need to get more control over having some hits. Now, Nicole can sing. I cannot take that away from her. I think she's got a good voice. But it never happened for her. Be happy you got the Pussycat Dolls. Stop hating those women. Diminishing them will never make you shine brighter.
And I think that's her karma because she never blew up as a solo star.
One day you will be more famous than me. I'm looking forward to that.
The lawyers went on to accuse Anton 60 of mismanagement and defamatory efforts publicly to shift blame. Why they put Nicole age on here? Like, why? If she's 43, good for her. She looks good.
They start doing that at 39. They start doing that at 39. I can already tell you, because I've noticed that when somebody's in their 20s, they never mention the age, but the second they get over, for women, it's 35, and for men, it's 39. The second it's, Alexander Rodgers, 43, Alexander Rodgers, 48, Beyonce Knowles, 40. At least Beyonce don't look 40.
My God, a compliment. I'm gonna just leave it there. Let's just move on. So, but yeah, like Nicole wanted more rights. She wanted like creative control, everything. And I'm just like, girl, can you just...
Oh, you're not that creative. You don't need creative control. You have to get on stage, you get that leg up, you get a couple notes and you call it a day. What else is there to control? Do you want the leg up like this or like this? Is that what you're controlling? This or this? Is that what you're creatively controlling?
Well, you know,
I'm getting my yoga in during this show.
I know I can't do it.
Keep it flexible, y'all. Health is wealth.
I'm good at making other people flexible for me. How about that?
I do both.
So, you know who's laughing right now? I think Melanie Thornton, because she said no in the beginning of this bullshit. Because she knew how Nicole was going to be, and she was right. She was right. Poor Melanie. She never got her shot. Ooh, I just know, like, if the walls could talk in her house, I know she can say, like, oh, I hate that bitch.
Oh my, I just realized we are not Destiny's Child. We're Chloe and Halle, because we celebrate each other.
Destiny's Child celebrate each other.
Wait, I'm sorry, which iteration?
Stop.
The first four, the second four, the third three.
The last three.
They're like, oh, they don't celebrate each other. Beyonce is up here and everybody else is in their pecking order. Chloe and Halle are equals.
So we have some news, like a show is coming back and I might review it. I might. Basketball Wives season 10 is coming back and we have a glimpse at the new cast. Did you see this?
No.
Right. So season 10 of Basketball Wives, according to Jay's reality blog, shows the departures of Evelyn, Phoebe, Kristen, OG, and Liza. No more of them. They're all leaving.
Thank God. Phoebe, I want her to get checked because she always looked a little jaundiced. I was like, are you on here to afford your dialysis or something?
And Shawnee is going to be in a reduced role.
Wait, you said Shawnee's going to have a reduced nose? I think it's about time.
A reduced role.
Oh, they're going to reduce her neck rolls? Good idea.
Anyway, but this is who's coming back to Basketball Wives. Angel Brinks, who is pretty successful now. Like, she makes a lot of dope stage wear for a lot of celebrities. Brooke Bailey, Latasha Duffy. Is
Duffy? DJ Duffy? The heifer that Tammy Roman should have whooped her ass?
Is that her?
I think so.
Sound off in the comments, y'all. I mean, I'm just...
Wait, is there a picture of her? Is she apple-headed?
I
don't know what those are.
You know, the surgeons always do the same face now for everybody, so you can never tell. So then also Brandi Maxwell, she's coming back.
Brandi Maxine, Brown Gel Queen. Oh God, I think she finally divorced that loser who was playing overseas. And also they need to, like, unless you're playing in America, you should not qualify to be on the show. Anybody can play basketball overseas. We could play basketball overseas.
And British Williams.
Oh God, not British.
Who's
Not
that?
British. I can't stand British.
Who is that?
Exactly. She's a loser. And I'm not even interested in watching her fall down the stairs of life.
Well,
Although at least she has a PPP loan scam that can be her plot line this season. So I guess all of her check will be going to restitution.
oh, she's in trouble for that?
Of course.
Oh wow. See, I've never heard of this woman.
Oh, she was on Basketball Wives for a season and a half. She had like some overseas rookie basketball player, AKA, a man that was just going to Europe to cheat on her. And she was just very annoying, very full of herself. And her clothes were also very full of her because she could never get the right size.
I love this little, this cast revamp. I think it was really needed. So I'm looking forward to it. They said it's going to be, pretty wild. And I'm just glad they got the dead weight off the show, because I think that was my worst mistake picking up the last season of Basketball Wives to review. Like, it was not fun at all.
The last season was awful. Oh, thank God we won't have to look at Jackie Christie again.
I miss Jackie. I was hoping Jackie would be on here.
No, we can leave colorist Jackie where she at.
They said Malaysia might come back.
No, I'm sorry, no. Malaysia, you can't find your way out of a paper bag. Stay there.
So last but not least, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion looks debuted today. So I was just thinking, let's just do a little short review of the looks.
Let me pull it up.
And we have another Cardi B copy on this reunion.
Oh, God.
Would you look at this?
Oh, Jesus. I'm looking at them. Oh, look, everybody looks like shit. God, everybody looks like shit. Who the fuck did this put ass background? Are we at a cheap off-brand amusement park in the 90s?
Look.
Oh, okay. Now Cardi did it right, but I mean, Jen's just looks stolen.
Oh, and look at this side by side. I never saw this movie, but look at this comparison.
Ah!
That is
Yzma.
Right.
Oh my God. Yep. That she is giving Yzma.
So let's just give a brief, what we think of each look. So let's start with Meredith, and then we're gonna go in order to Jen. You see the same picture I'm looking at? So Meredith looks a complete Muppet fool. Like, I like this color, but no on everything else. Literally everything else. Like, she looks a plum, like a dang fool.
I see mesh from the 90s that only belongs on a twink in a gay bar. I see weak seams. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a weak seam. I'm also seeing you got a little too much filler, a little too much Botox, where now the forehead is completely sloping over the eye. Your hair is a dried fool. I mean, you just like, how did you manage to fuck up your face, but you still are tending to that neck? You see, you're sticking your head out so that we don't notice that your neck is getting both Gabrice and Gabrissy. If you're going to invest so much in fillers for your face, why don't you go on and get a neck pull? It'll take off a good 10 years. Well, God, this outfit, I mean, I talk about it, but I'm trying to keep my breakfast down.
Do you think her son made this or designed it?
Well, it does show that whoever made it has problems following through, problems following a pattern. But no, I don't think Sissy Marks would have had the time to take away from his douching to put together all of these horrible materials and slap them on his mama.
Well, moving on. Next is Jenny. And this dress, first and foremost, she needs to know how to pose for a picture. Like it just this dress is just hanging off of her. No accessories. The shoes are awful. And also, it just looked like the dress is wearing her. Like,
She looks like she's playing in her mama's closet.
yes, exactly. Like it's just hanging off of her. I'm really disappointed because I've seen her in better looks.
Oh, Jesus. That shoe is like an iron on her foot.
It is. I hate the color of her shoe too.
I mean, just, I see why her husband wants a second wife.
Oh my God. Moving on. Next is Lisa. And you know what? I think out of all six of these looks, I like this one the best. I really like the bodice. It looks really clean, sleek, and expensive. The hair is right, but you know, I don't like everything under the thigh. Other than in those shoes, I can't see the shoes, but I like the dress from like the knee up.
I can see what you mean. If like they cut it off right after like that centerpiece, this would be a really cute short dress. Like so short, you've got to sit with your legs crossed. Those hooker shoes, she don't need them. What she needs to do is feed her malnourished children who are walking around looking like ghosts. Whenever I look at her, I see neglect. Her children are starved for nourishment.
And sunlight.
Right.
All right. So next up is Whitney. And this is an outfit I could see on Miss Piggy. Like this, I just don't like.
Oh, Lord. Whitney,
I don't like the velvet.
Whitney.
I hate the hair too.
That you're trying to be Dorit, but you ain't. You ain't heifer, you ain't.
You know what? You know what have made this look better? Take off the Kermit sleeve and then take off this whole thing right here and just leave the dress like that, just form fitting. Have a long, nice mermaid hairstyle, and then like jewels or something on the neck, and that would have been it. It would have been simple. She would have looked like almost like Jessica Rabbit.
She could have given that old Hollywood glamour, and instead she's giving Kermit.
She's trying to be different and she's failing. Oh, I feel bad. Next up is Heather.
Moo.
Did you just move? What I'm thinking is this looks like she's going to a winter formal at a high school dance.
Where are her hips?
It's very plain. You know what? If she would have cinched the waist, it would have helped.
I mean, just not like she's got her hand on something, but it's like, but what? Because it ain't a hip. I've never seen anybody put their hand on a non-hip with such confidence, except for raw.
I like Heather too. It's just the dress is just so basic and boring.
Just like Heather.
Stop. I like Heather.
And she can still be basic and boring. I think Heather's a sweet soul. I do. I would like to have lunch with her. She seems like a truly nice lady. But child, I'm sorry. And she has money. She has real money. And this is what you showed to the reunion. And girl called me. Because I actually could have helped you look cute. We actually could have given you a hip to put your hand on. Jesus.
Yeah, I just think maybe she should have cinched the waist and then
before she can cinch, she needs to find. First, let's find the waist. Where is the waist? Because that waist is missing. Put that waist on a milk carton. It's missing.
Well, anyway.
That hand is photoshopped because I don't know what it's on.
Jesus. So next up is Jen Felon Shaw. All she's missing is a poison apple. That's all she's missing. Seriously, like this is brooding. I think it didn't need all this, but this is clearly a Cardi copy of Cardi's dress. Like this looks exactly like Cardi's dress, but Wish.com version of it.
Ooh, it looks like it. It looks like it itches on the inside.
Was velvet the theme? Because 3 people have velvet on. it looks like.
It's a shame Mary's not going to be there.
I know. Oh, what do you think she would have wore?
Well, a used wig for one. She would not pull out a fresh pack of hair for this or to save her life.
Well, collectively, I think this was a fail. My best dress would be Lisa, and my worst dress would be Meredith. Now, what would you think?
My best dressed is me, and my worst dressed is all of them. Everybody looks like shit, like absolute 100% prom shit. This is some softer side of sale shit. I'm sorry, but you heifers are supposed to have money, and you have the audacity to walk on television looking like this. Your stylists are robbing you blind.
I love how you said seal instead of Sears, but I know you meant Wet Seal, because it looks like all these dresses you can find at Wet Seal. Oh man, so that's the looks we have to look forward to, and all we're waiting for now is to just find out how many parts this fucking reunion is.
Well, thank God Mary's not going to be there. They're not going to be able to extend it past 3, and they really only need it to be 2.
Exactly. I hope it's a 2-part, but you know it's going to be 3.
We'll get on Andy Cohen's ass next episode because I got something for him.
Oh, yeah. Those were today's hot topics, y'all. Anything else you want to add?
I just want to know the stylist that was responsible for those looks, because we're going to have words, unpleasant words.
Yeah,
I just want to get up in whoever's face and really especially if it's a sissy, I want to let him know you are a talentless piece of shit. Those looks pissed me off.
Well, on that note, I will see y'all sooner than Alex's date with Jason Momoa.
And I will see you sooner than Beyonce sees originality that she hasn't stolen.
You see the petty I have to deal with, you know?
You started it. You started it. I got to get to Los Angeles.
You better start now. 45-minute flight.
Where the hell do they live? Lord. I'm going to have to get a license, aren't I?